Thank you, Kristen. Our second speaker is Liza Roesch with her message, Get to Work. You aren't being paid to believe in the power of your dreams.
Can you hear me? Okay. This Christmas, my sister gave me this card with a picture of a rowing team on it. It was a beautiful photo of a glistening river in what looked like the early morning, of synchronized oars rowing in the water. And below it was this phrase, Get to work, it said, you aren't being paid to believe in the power of your dreams. It was a demotivator, the counter to those cheesy motivational posters that we often see hanging in offices and schools. Instead of perseverance and teamwork, they have amusing quotes about letdowns and failure. For example, there's one of an elaborate sandcastle being destroyed by a huge wave titled Bitterness, and followed by the phrase, never be afraid to share your dreams with the world, because there's nothing the world loves more than the taste of really sweet dreams. And consistency. It's only a virtue if you're not a screw-up. My favorite is potential. Not everyone gets to be an astronaut when they grow up. The pictures and the phrases are fairly comical, probably because they hold a substantial level of truth about today's society. After all, some people may want to see us fail. If you consistently screw up, then consistency isn't something you'd be proud of, and not everyone can be an astronaut. In a world where competition and money drive our actions, we often find ourselves naturally relating to demotivators rather than the encouraging, feel-good, motivational posters that we often see. It starts at the very beginning of our education. Standardized tests in kindergarten and first grade brand late bloomers as low achievers and turn the learning process into a race before some people get a chance to warm up. We're on a track of comparing our abilities and accomplishments to those of others, hoping ours are a little better and feeling inadequate when they aren't. Over time, we begin to compare grades, SAT scores, college acceptances, salaries, significant others, and house sizes, hoping to find some area where we're better than someone else. We do this only considering what's acceptable by society's standards, not realizing that what we have and what we've accomplished is impressive in itself. A few years ago, I met someone who would help me realize just how blind this point of view is. You see, when I was little, my family lived on Jamestown Road. During this time, my mother used to allow William and Mary students to live in our house in exchange for childcare of my older brother and me while she was at work. As we grew up, we no longer needed babysitters, but we continued to allow people to live in our house because of the excitement and diversity that they bring. All of these people are of different backgrounds, races, and political affiliations. They stay for weeks or months, sometimes years. Robert, who came when I was a freshman in high school, had just gotten the job as the rowing coach at William & Mary. A graduate of UConn, Robert truly became a member of the family and soon my best friend. He was tall and funny and handsome. Even Merlin, our family golden retriever, knew Robert was our favorite. We both had busy schedules, but we'd always sit in my room every night to watch The Daily Show with Jon Stewart and share a bowl of ice cream. He'd tell me what he did that day, and I'd talk incessantly about my teenage girl drama. He would humor me and listen, always telling me to do what's best for me, to do what I want, to do what will make me happy. It didn't take long before Robert became a true member of the family, joking with us at the dinner table and staying up late to watch movies. It also didn't take long for us to realize that Robert was much more than a crew coach. He was brilliant. We'd always watch Jeopardy, and it was unusual for him not to know an answer. He did the crossword puzzle every day by himself without any help from the internet. He would help me with all kinds of homework, always impressing me with his range of knowledge and ability to memorize obscure facts. And although it is clear to everyone who knows Robert that he possesses the intellect, the people skills, and the motivation to be just about anything in life, he is a rowing coach because he loves it. His mom would call and ask, when he planned on getting a real job, but he knew he already had one. In fact, he had something many people would kill for, a job he loved that challenged him every day, one that allowed him to work with people he enjoyed, and one that let him share his passion with others. He used to tell me he could be a rowing coach his whole life and be happy. I've always figured he would. How many people like that can you honestly say you know? How many people in your life have told you just to live the life that will make you happiest? From watching Robert and the way he lived, that's what I learned I should do with my life. Without saying what's right and wrong for me to do, without questioning my actions, and sometimes without saying anything at all, he taught me that above anything, I should do what will make me happy. Despite how much money other people may have, despite how big their houses may be, and despite the fact that society says they've got it all and I should want it too. Because although demotivators reflect the sad reality of our society, they don't have to reflect the way we as individuals choose to live our lives. That's what Robert taught me, and because of it, he is my role model. I'm not trying to say that high achievers and self-made millionaires shouldn't be rewarded for many years of school and hard work. They should be. But while the successes that give you a flashier business card and bragging rights are nice, as we grow up, I hope we'll be most proud of the successes that give us what we actually want for ourselves, not what we feel like we should want. Because according to society, success is having the most prestigious job title, the highest horsepower, the biggest home, and the thickest wallet, regardless of what else life throws at us. But my wish for all of us, as we separate today, is not that we obtain the best and the brightest and the newest of everything. My wish for us is that we wake up every morning with the same feeling Robert does, that we're surrounded by the people and doing the things that we truly love. Like all good things, Robert's stay with us came to an end last August. He got the opportunity to coach at a school in Kentucky, so he took it, and that's where he is now. The only reason he's not here today is because he's doing what he loves, coaching. But I think about Robert each time I look at that card, and I laugh to myself a little. I laugh because while the picture could have easily been Robert and his team rowing along the James River, the callous message that the card conveys could never be Robert. Not ever. Not in a million years. Because as I witnessed Robert with everything he did and everything he said, I learned that the power of your dreams is something you should never let be decided by others. They're your dreams after all. And sometimes, if it works out just right, and if you have the courage to pursue them for what you know them to be in your heart, you get to live them. I hope we all will.